Oh boy. Don't let the tip of your blade hit the belt while it's running. That is nasty while it's moving quickly. Not used to the long blades. You got to be careful with that.
We began this episode with the forged blade that we made in the last episode. So the first things first we got to do is we got to get all the forge scale off of it. Now forge scale is way harder than the steel itself and it will eat abrasives up. So I did it with a used 80 grit belt. You could do it with an angle grinder and a grinding wheel. That would do it just fine, but a new belt will get ruined by the forge scale, so don't do that. After we got it all knocked off, we had to make sure everything was, the blade and the spine were both flat and parallel to each other. A lot of that was done with files. Then it was taken back here, ground in all of the bevels roughly, because we got to leave plenty of meat for the heat treatment, and we distally tapered it. I didn't plan it, I just did it based off of feel, but it starts at a 1/4 inch at the very spine, right back at the hilt here, and then all the way down at the tip of the spine, it's just over 1/8 of an inch, kind of near 3/16. It's a nice taper right now. You can see it and you can feel it. It's gonna lose a little bit more weight after it gets heat treated. A little more will get ground off and it'll get just a little bit lighter, but for now, that's great. Then I filed in the geometry on the back, which is just a small little apex. After that, I ground it just a little bit more on the belt sander with a 120 grit to get most of the big scratches out from an 80 grit belt I had used. And that just helps for the heat treatment because all those big gouges will act as little mini stress risers because we're gonna be quenching it in water. And quenching it in water is pretty risky because it cools the steel so rapidly, it's really likely to crack it. So I want to make it go as smoothly as possible. Also to help with that, and also just to make it a little bit prettier for this, I cleaned it up with a shop stone. This is an India stone. It's just a Norton shop stone. Just polished it up, and that helped get everything nice and flat. It showed all the low spots, made everything nice and even. I hope that makes things just a little bit smoother in the heat treatment. So in the next episode, we're gonna normalize it. We're gonna get it clayed up and ready for heat treatment.